Time to talk about how good these assets are.
Yes, will you start with the dCK this time then?
Okay, yeah, we'll look at dCK units. Right, good setup for this map. You've got Warheart in a Vulture D. Good mix of ATMs and long range support with the lasers. It's a real nice mech, I like that a lot. 2 Shadowcat A's, so you've got your medium brawlers there. Keep an eye on everybody, intercept any pesky bushwhackers. You've got 1 Timberwolf Prime, bit of an expensive option considering the firepower that it offers, but some people like it, and it is one of the most iconic units in the series, so I can't knock the guys for wanting to use it. And then we've got Quiet in a F-bomb Suller, and he is airborne now, so we'll see how that plays out.
12 is also moving out now, and they have 2 LBX bushwhackers leading the charge, and a bit of an tradition for them, 2 MRM catapults, and 1 Atlas. I'm not quite sure what variant it is, but 2 LAMs, 2 PPCs, medium lasers I think, and probably MRMs. They do seem to like MRMs.
Yeah, well, ever since they got that nice win on Open Merc Night, I think it was, or maybe a 5v5 team game with that MRM list, they've been quite into them. So
this is interesting. They're splitting up quite a bit. The 2 bushwhackers is charging out the mill, while the rest of them are holding back near their base.
yeah, I'm looking at that now. So
That's pretty unusual. I mean, those bushwhackers could be caught out there and they would not be able to do much to them.
no, I mean there's a lot of wisdom in keeping units fairly close together. You know, the principle of overextension can really screw with you if you're not careful in this game, because it just is so hard to get away from people once you're fully engaged. But dCK are over far to the south in the dunes anyway, so they're not going to spot those bushwhackers, unless if the bushwhackers specifically come down that way. But what? That's a good point. Where is that firebomber? I see him.
If we look straight up, we can see him right over the center. He should see those bushwhackers. He seems
I
to be
think what
diving
he's
down now.
spotted is the Atlas and the MRM catapults. He's playing smart though. He's not committing early, which means that hopefully when he does commit, 12th vegan will be distracted and he'll be able to get some good salvos in.
We're thinking he's mostly acting as scout for the time being then.
More than likely.
12 seem to have stopped in position, a quite spread out position too, with their bushwhackers near the pyramid and the rest of their team hanging back a bit.
Looks like they're hoping for an ambush with those bushwhackers there. I wonder if they've got radar contact. This definitely seems planned. They look like they're going for a 360 degree all-round vision and awareness kind of formation, which is going to let them spot the main areas where people would come through. So they'll at least be aware when people are moving into weapons range. dCK, on the other hand, taking the southern side of the map. Still pushing to the east. They're past both the pyramids now, getting up to the in line with the dunes in which the rock formations sit on top of, just to the west of clan base. I think that solar will make a big difference when this fight gets started. But other than that, it could be fairly even. This depends how good those MRM pilots are, really, because it's not an easy thing to use as the MRM 40 at all. It's very hard to aim with, especially on moving targets.
It seems Ben has resorted to shooting at pillars instead. He's growing tired of standing around, it seems.
So
I know the feeling, I do the same. Or I don't shoot, but I walk around restlessly.
Yeah, I always like to be pressing some buttons regardless, usually. But yeah, I don't know, maybe he's getting some target practice in. dCK definitely hanging back with their heavies anyway. Mediums moving up, trying to scout. They've definitely got eyes on those heavies and assaults of the 12th vegan forces.
The 12th force is a bit interesting, seeing as they want to close their range a bit for their MRMs, but Sandblasted, they need faster units to close range on Sandblasted often. It is not usually a map where you can camp your opponent out.
They are going to get outranged by those alarms if they're not careful. On that Mad Cat.
It looks like dCK has almost moved over to the 12's air hangar.
Yeah, looks like they're going for that ridge line just to their southeast. Maybe make use of the rock cover there. Well, it doesn't offer much cover, but it's mainly the slight dip behind the ridge that will enable them to move around in fairly open space and seek points where you can block line of sight to the 12th vegan forces.
Either the 12s are doing a very big flanking move, or they have no clue where dCK is.
Yeah, I see Mankow's crouched down looking for the arrow, whereas Ben's going forward, chasing after the apparent...
we have shots fired.
dCK forces. And yeah, UAC 20s fired from a priori and ad hominem, the two scout A's.
I think they targeted Alpha Cat in the Atlas.
I don't feel I got any hits at that range. I think they were just within the 500 damage.
Now 12's bushwhackers are very spread out now, but they have Ben fairly close to where dCK is.
Mancowfish is trying to catch up, so hopefully they'll be together before this fight's fully engaged. But dCK have pulled back after seeing, I imagine after seeing this, and they're repositioning out of the weapon range of the assaults and the heavies and in the weapon range of pretty much all their own units. At least the bushwhackers aren't charging straight at the dCK forces though. They are playing smart.
It's one of the more careful games this. We are about 8 minutes in, I think, and we have only a couple of shots traded so far. I wonder what they're trying to achieve.
It's just both teams feeling each other out, really.
dCK probably wants to just keep the range, but 12s are not really looking like they're trying to accomplish anything at all.
He's going to eat an LBX-20 shot if he's not careful, although range might be out from there. Then again, there's always the Atlas.
Should be noted that they don't have any LBX over by their heavies.
That Atlas does actually, but it's not paying attention.
And there we go, one bomb dropped. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, that will hurt a lot. Oh, Square Sphere unloading with his machine guns. Well, they would do if he was shooting at the solar, not the fucking shadow cats. dCK trying to extend 12 vegan forces, pull the bushwhackers over the hill whilst the 12 vegan heavies continue to sit in their sort of defensive area.